In this video, I'm going to show you how to embed content into a Schoology page. So you'll see I'm in my sandbox course and I'm on the Materials tab, and I'm going to select the Add Materials button, the drop-down menu, and then I'm going to add a page. When I select that, I see that I've got a blue star here, so I need to make sure I fill that information in. And so this is going to be a reform movements article. And I want to give some instructions. So I'm going to have my students read the article below and then answer the discussion post. Space down. I'm going to insert content. Now, let's talk a little bit about why we would embed content versus simply inserting a link. So a link I could insert a link here, and I would put, the article, the title of the article, and they would click on it, and it would take them to the article within Google Drive, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that if that's what is needed to do. Or I could embed a link to an article that's maybe at history.com or some other website. All of that is fine depending upon what you want your scholars to do. But when possible, if we can keep them within the Schoology environment where they're not going to an outside website, that can help them to stay focused on the work that they need to get done. And so that is one purpose behind embedding the content. Also, it makes it easily accessible. So I'm going to click on Insert Content. Now notice it gives me that link option again. That would not be any different. It would still be a link. But over here, if I've got an article in my Google Drive, this is a Google Drive resource app. So perhaps it's a PDF that I've saved. And so I am going to click on that. And Google takes a second and it loads up. And fortunately, I have used that article recently, and so it's near the top of my list. But I could do a search for it if I didn't. One of the things you want to make sure, though, you'll see it says shared, but I just want to double check to make sure it is shared the way it's supposed to be. And so it's here at my quick access toolbar. I click on it and I'm going to click share. And I see it as anyone with link can view. So I'm going to and I don't need to copy the link because it's going to embed it for me. So I'm going to close that out and I'm going to come back here. And so I'm going to select the checkbox there. And here it gives me some options. Import the link. Don't want to do that. I do want to import embed. Select that. And there we see it embeds the article there. Now I can still center this on the page there. You can do you may be able to adjust the size a bit. I think that actually does a pretty good size right there. But that's right there. And so then I have one other option I want to look at and think about. One is the default setting. So the ABC is grayed out on this little page here. It says display on new page. So that's the way it is set right now. When I click on it and it becomes blue, it tells me it's displaying in line. That's my preferred setting because it shows it up, the article shows up right there and people can see it. I'll show you what it looks like for you as the teacher and as the scholar. And so you can see, here's the article, here's the page I just created, and it goes ahead and it shows the article in line right there. And so I could read that. And so if this was in a folder, and so like session 1 folder, I click in it, and then I see reform movement article, I read the article, and right underneath that I had a discussion post. It'd be real clear. I read the article, I click on the discussion post, and the scholar would answer those questions. And so everything would work. That would be a good way to set that up. What does it look like for the scholar? Well, this is my sandbox course. I'm in my son is in my sandbox course. I'm going to refresh that page and scroll down, and it looks pretty much exactly the same. So he sees that same thing, the reform movement articles, and then all the articles right there, and you can scroll through. So that is how you embed an article content, a PDF, and things of that nature from your Google Drive.